just a quick video on DHCP reservation. So a DHCP reservation is DHCP reserves an IP address for a certain MAC address. So every time that device comes onto the network, it will get the same IP address every time it contacts the DHCP server to find out what address to have. So it's very similar to static address. Other than that, it's easier to keep track of because it's in DHCP, so you've got a record of it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to quickly find out some necessary information for when I create my reservation. So I'm going to, because I'm finding out information, I'm going to get, and I'm getting it from the DHCP I'm using IPv4, and I'm looking at the scopes. So I need the scope IDs in a little while for our reservation. So I'm going to pick one from that one. So I'm going to go add DHCP server v4, and I'm going to do a reservation. So I'm going to go scope ID, and I'm going to choose which one I want. So I'm going to use the class C, just to make it easy. I'm going to choose an IP address within it, 192.168.121.25. Now the client ID is the MAC address, and I've kind of made one earlier, so I'm just going to put that in there. So that's the MAC address of it, and I'm just going to add a description just to make it easier for later on, so I know what this was. So printer in corridor, and I'm just going to press enter, and it's gone and created it. To display that we've got it, we've just got to use our get command and see. Oh, I've got to put in the scope ID just so it knows which one I'm looking at, and it will tell me straight away all about it. I could give it a name as well, but that's kind of a nice quick way of making it. If you wanted to delete it, you'd use the remove command, and again tell it its scope ID and its IP address. So a nice simple way of doing it. Right, I'm just going to do it on the GUI as well. So I'm just going to go under reservations. I'm going to use that rather than the other one. Once in a few minutes they should sync up and that reservation will appear. Sometimes you have to force it by closing and reopening it. And let's have a look again. Now it's just going to take its time. Right, but to create one, I'll bring that over a little bit. I'm just going to the scope I want, and there's a reservation one already there. I'm going to create a new one. Going to give it a name. So what name should I have? That will be printer. I'm going to give it an IP within there. I'm going to use the same MAC address as I used on the other one, just because today I'm just quickly adding one, but obviously in real life you wouldn't want the same one. I'm going to in ICT support, and there we go. And now I've got my reservation. Okay, and that's just a quick video on quickly creating your reservations. Okay.